Now, let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ plus story for today. I'm Bonnie Builder, and let's queer up entertainment. Lady Gaga stuns in trans pride sash at Mayhem Ball. Lady Gaga is mothering again at her sold-out Mayhem Ball concert at the Kia Forum in Los Angeles. The Abracadabra singer surprised fans by donning a sash in the colors of the transgender pride flag during the first segment of the show. Fans were quick to notice the bold and beautiful gesture. One of Gaga's iconic looks features a ruffled ruby red gown during her performances of Abracadabra and Judas. But for this performance, she added the shimmering trans pride sash to the ensemble, sending a clear and heartfelt message of support to the trans community. Trans Drag Race star Gottmik shared images of the look on Twitter, writing, quote, "Trans Gaga show," end quote. Gaga has been a longtime ally. Back in 2009, she brushed off gender rumors in a powerful interview with Anderson Cooper, saying, quote, "Maybe I do have a penis. Would it be so terrible?" End quote. Her 2011 anthem, Born This Way, made Billboard history as the first #1 to include the word transgender. Earlier this year, while accepting a Grammy for Die With a Smile, she told the crowd, quote, "I just want to say tonight that trans people are not invisible. Trans people deserve love. The queer community deserves to be lifted up," end quote. Her latest album, Mayhem, dropped in March, and she's been using her platform ever since to speak out against transphobia and support trans rights. And at the concert in LA, she didn't just say it, she wore it. Lady Gaga's Mayhem Ball continues across North America through September 18th, before heading to Europe, Australia, and Japan. Now, raise your hand if you're shocked that Gaga did this.
Yeah, that was the quote, surprise.
Right, no one is shocked. And it's a good thing that we're not shocked that a powerful figure with this platform is using that platform to basically do a demonstration of support for the trans community, because the trans community needs us. They constantly are being attacked and berated just for trying to exist and live.
Yeah.
And live the rest of their lives. So I just appreciate Gaga for continuing to do this. She's been doing this from day one, I believe, for like eons. So like, we're not necessarily shocked and surprised, but we are proud that we have this ally in our community who's doing this to constantly protect us. And while she's doing this on the larger platform, you sitting at home right now, think about your local trans community. Think about the people in your vicinity. You can do what Gaga's doing on a smaller scale. You can stand up, you can show out, you can protect, you can stand up for the trans people that are right next to you in your own town. So Gaga's doing it on the big scale. You can do it as well.
You know, I love that. And like you said, Gaga has been doing this forever, right? I remember seeing her at a gay bar in the early 2000s in New York, okay? And she's from New York, I get it. But I mean, she's always been kind of like an ally that way, you know? We also have to give a shout out to the people around her. Okay, because look at Britney, bitch. You know, like, she obviously has good people around her that are also like, yes, wear this sash. This is going to work. Yep. You know what I mean? And I have a feeling that a lot of drag queens this weekend will be dressed like Gaga with the beautiful sash on their neck, and it's going to look flawless.
Kay Wilderness,
you know?
probably. Come on,
But it's beautiful because, again, she doesn't have to. And this just reminds us why we call her mother, because she really is just that person to start things like that, to start a conversation, to get people noticing, you know. I know those fuckers from Fox News don't even know what the sash means, right? But today they will, right? They'll find out real quick what the trans flag looks like.
And then hate it.
And then
Yeah, I really like what you said, that we expect this from our pop figures like Madonna, Lady Gaga, Cher, that they're all going to be, you know, doing those things. And I think we should just take it as a reminder. That's a reminder to all of us that for the people who are being marginalized in our community, that we need to do something about that. Most people in the world that I live in don't even know trans people, right? So maybe think about a situation where there are trans people. Maybe you should go to a gay bar one day. Maybe you should see what the world is like outside of what you're being told on Fox News. Because if you think that your definition of what a drag queen is what you're being shown, which is constantly some kind of sexualization, and you've never seen it for yourself, you wouldn't know that they're lying to you.
Yeah.
Or at least being very deceptive about it. So why don't you go out, if you're not part of this community, and make some inroads and see what our community actually is? Because you know what? They'll take a little bit of a truth you know what, maybe we are a little extra. Maybe we do like to show a little bit more skin sometimes, you know? But there is a much bigger heart in there, and we're nothing for you to be scared of, you know? And so I hope that that's a reminder to people in our community that we need to find a trans event for us to help lift
up.
Lift
volunteer
up.
at a trans event.
Exactly.
How about
Volunteer, and then for those people who may not be part of our community, get to know us a little bit. You might have a different opinion.
You might, or be Gaga yourself. Wear a trans sash and have people ask you why you're wearing that sash. Okay, it'll be a topic of conversation that you'll be able to maybe express to someone. Like Trini said, you know, people get all their information from one place, right? And then they believe that that's real. They've been told their whole life an orange is an orange. When you know it's an apple, they're not going to think otherwise. You know what I mean? And those little conversations, like Trini's always saying, they plant a seed, right? And maybe that seed is planted and they go find out for themselves that a lot of that bullshit is bullshit. You know, so that is a big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.